Hi guys, I'm Blakey from Explosive Multimedia. In this video, I'm super excited to have engineer Ashaolu from Redmark Production to join me to spill out the usage of EQ production.
Hello, my name is Olushola Ashaolu from Redmark Audio Productions. We are into live sound production, live recording, and studio production. In this video, we are going to dive into the uses of EQ. Welcome back. We are going into the uses of EQ. We have several uses of EQ, but we will go into the common ones today. And I want to explain something about EQ and the way I see it. Now, to me, EQ is a weapon. It's like me going to a war front. I have multitude of battalion behind me. Me being the captain. I have access to RPG. I have access to more of AK-47. I have snipers at different locations, and I have bulletproof vest on me. Initially, I'm protected. To me, the battle is won already. That's how I see EQ. With EQ at my disposal in any gig, I have won the battle. So that is the way I see EQ, which means it is very important. Now we are going into the first uses of EQ. We'll talk about how we use EQ to remove unwanted qualities. Now, in our recordings and in our live productions, we deal with audio signals. So you use EQ to remove unwanted qualities. There are some two basic and primary points on how to remove unwanted qualities. For example, on your vocal, on your singing vocal, the first way to remove unwanted qualities is to high pass. You use your high pass filter and use your low pass filter. Using your high pass filter naturally on vocal between 50 Hz and 100 Hz downward. That's how you high pass the low rumble or muddiness from your vocal. And the low pass, you high pass to about between 10, 12, 16K to 20K. That gives you a good starting point when you are mixing either your vocal or any instrument in the studio or in your live production. Number two, we will go into fixing problematic frequency. It's one of the major work when it comes to mixing, because in live production, immediately you ask someone to sound check, and the person speaks into the mic, and you hear the voice or the vocal. As a sound engineer, you should be able to identify the problematic frequency in that vocal. And if it is instrument, you must be able to identify the problem frequency, because the way your instrument or your vocal will sound in a room will be determined with the quality of that room. Now, coming back to the sound check, I have some problematic frequency that they are my go-to when I ask anybody to sound check, especially on the microphone. My 250 Hz, which is my low mid. Talk about the 400 Hz, going to 500 Hz, going to 1K, between 1K and 2.5 to 3K. By the time you concentrate on those frequency region, you can easily identify the problematic frequency on those regions. And the next thing to do after identifying those problematic frequency is to notch them down appropriately. Don't overdo and don't underdo. The third one is addressing frequency masking. Now, this is another area that is very, very paramount in mixing. Now, I have my kick, I have my bass guitar, I have my talking drum. They are low frequency instruments, you know that. Now, by the time all of them play together, if you don't understand frequency masking well, you won't have a good mix. At times, they call it frequency slotting. It's one of the major knowledge that you need in your mixing, either mixing in the box or live mixing. They are both applicable. So because your bass is sounding at low frequency, your kick is sounding at low frequency, your talking drum is sounding at low frequency. So you should be able to slot each and every one of them into their resident frequency so that they will not interfere. By the time they are not able to interfere, then everything come out alive. You have a good mix. Going to the fourth one, that's EQ compensation. We call it EQ compensation or room tuning. Now, this is another very powerful and prominent area, because mixing in a smaller room won't sound the same when you are mixing in a medium or a bigger or a larger room, or let's say mixing in a stadium. You don't expect your sound to sound the same while mixing in a 50 meters by 50 meters auditorium. Coming to EQ compensation, getting into a venue. Already, your venue, they already have some carrier frequencies. They are unwanted, either unwanted or they are too much, because the acoustic material of the venue will determine how your sound will translate in that room. Okay, let's say you have a room that is not acoustically built or acoustically planned. You have a blank wall, you have a tiles on the wall, you have a PVC ceiling. What do? This is where your skill in EQ compensation and room tuning comes in. Identifying the unwanted frequency or carrier frequencies that are much, and you begin to attenuate them appropriately. So by the time you start cutting them down, you discover that your sound will begin to translate out much alive than when your EQ was not applied. So your EQ compensation skills is very, very important. If you don't understand this before, please, I beg you in the name of God, go and learn it. It is one of the secret weapons of a thriving sound engineer, and I know it is the joy of every sound engineer to thrive. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that is all we can take on this episode of EQ Essential. I hope you have learned one or two things, and I'm very sure our resource person has done justice to every bit of the topic. All right, If you are one of our old subscribers, we love you. Keep sharing the video, keep liking, and please add your comments, your opinion, comment section. And if you are one of our new subscriber, please click the subscribe button and you'll see me in the next video. Bye.